Philip Hammer's 4-race winning streak was brought to an end 7 days ago as Corey Lazarus was able to snatch the race win at Sebring for a crucial race win and the ability to keep hold of the championship lead as well. Tonight on Apex Racing TV, the Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup heads to Bathurst, and we will be seeing how the drivers will be able to cope with the elimination heat format. Welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio. My name is Patrick. Alongside me is David Sampson. And David, yeah, big round this one, Bathurst. It is a track where things can go very well for you, but things can go very badly for you very quickly.
Yeah, usually if you can get through lap one and get your tyres up to temp, you're okay. But yeah, this is tricky. Bathurst in a Porsche Cup car, it's, I would say, up there with the most challenging, short of Nordschleifer in the Porsche Cup, which we're also doing this season, I believe.
Yes, that is coming up later on in the season. Yeah, that will be a challenging one. But yeah, this Bathurst circuit is a really good round. We had a fantastic round last week as well, and so will be really fantastic. So, reminder of the car that we have for this round. And of course it is the Porsche Cup car, which we are so familiar with on the sim. Have you been able to dip in this car recently?
I haven't. I'm tempted to next week, Spa. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And I don't know. Well, GT3s are at Bathurst, ironically, next week. But in the rain, I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of pressure yet, but sure. We'll see. But no, I do like this car.
Definitely. And let's have a look at that calendar you were mentioning before. The Nordschleifer is on the calendar, the 24-hour layout, of course, because it's literally the day before the 24 hours occurs. And yeah, that will be later on in the season. So round 10 for that. Of course, next time out, Spa, like David was saying, will be the official series. And then, of course, Magellan and Zandvoort to round out the season. But let's have a quick look at our championship standings then going into this round. And crucially, Corey Lazarus was able to keep the whole of the championship lead. That gap had been coming down to Philip Hammer round after round after round. He came into the previous round 3 points ahead. He managed to extend that championship lead with a really good performance to win last time out. However, David, he is not around this week. He's on a nice family vacation in New Zealand. He posted a video of him in a caravan with some horses walking around. So
nice.
That's
and
he is.
If I'm not mistaken, there's another drop week still to serve, right?
There's only one drop week.
So Hammer's advantage is over now for extending with a drop. If he had a second drop, it would be even more points ahead, right?
Yes, he's not done 2 of the rounds.
Yeah,
which is crazy that he's leading the championship at this point of the season in that case. But in the amateur championship, Ben Pedersen is doing very well. He managed to extend his championship lead a bit last time out. I mean, you got guys like Kirstens and Veselic really upping their performances recently, and they have been closing in on Luke Swan. But Pedersen still with a decent advantage, but it's still his dominance in the class hasn't been quite the same in the last couple of rounds, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's just a case when he does well, he does very well, but yeah, the rest of the races, it is competitive in the amateur, so it's very difficult to stand out. That's what we're seeing through P2 and down. It's been very difficult to stand out consistently.
Exactly. I mean, last time out we had Anthony Bernand scored the most amount of points in the amateurs, and he's now in 6th place in the championship, so that really does prove your point of how competitive that category is. Let's also have a look at the teams championship as well, because of course it was a big change a few rounds ago.
Craziness.
Sim Race Sweden esports still heading the way, basically because North Sim Racing didn't have any drivers a couple of weeks ago. However, they've got their new driver Personi, who managed to finish 2nd place overall last time out. David, he is going to be a very good driver to have on North Sim Racing and might be the one who's able to overturn that deficit.
Yeah, because we had almost written the team's championship off because of North's dominance, but yeah, goes show one bad week with obviously driver participation ahead. But yes, the new driver of the name you just said, Personi, yeah, brilliant first time out, really impressive.
You can pretty much just say, Andrea, that on our live scoring, we have, or our scoring software, yeah, you type in the word Andrea and like 20 names come up, all from Italy. Most of them from North Sim Racing as well. So there are a lot of them. We've also, well, of course, let's have a reminder of the track that we have for tonight, Bathurst, for this round of the championship. Which parts are you most sort of scarred from your experience?
I know this is controversial. I was just talking about T1 behind, but it's the last corner. It's that stupid left-hander I don't know. It's always been a pain point for me. It's almost like you take that breath once you've come down the mountain and everything seems easy as you're just on a traditional track. But that last corner, it's slower than you think. It tracks out worse. The inside curve's disgusting. But obviously my mistakes, if I had to sum them up, it's obviously Forest Elbow.
Sure. And what's the danger of Forest Elbow? Because I would say it's actually trickier to not hit the inside wall than it is not to hit the outside wall.
Well, there's quite a few. Obviously, it's where accidents are usually the most prone. So you're always, it's all right in practice and qualifying how hard you hit it, but in the race, you're always 1% nervous of a slow car or a mistake or a collision happening in front of you. Yeah, you're right. Outdoing yourself. I mean, Porsche Cup cars, no ABS, does make Forest Elbow a lot more technical. But yeah, timing it, you're right. Getting the right amount of rotation. And you almost speak, it's quite a long straight after the corner. So if you track out near that wall and you lift and get back to the throttle, you have run the risk of being passed on the long straight.
Yeah, it's perhaps the most important corner on the track because, as you say, you've got that really long straight. There you're seeing the S's and the Dipper skyline pretty much at the start of that sequence as well, with the big Mount Panorama as well. Written across the mountainside as well, and then of course down into Forest Elbow, the very tight turn 18, and then the very long straight of Conrad Straight before the final few corners. I mean, for me, it's the cutting. It's the absolute danger point on this track. At least when you're racing, cutting sort of turn 3, turn 4, because it just narrows up so much, and it's a bit of a nothing corner at turn 3. It's easy flat normally, but going alongside there, nearly impossible to do. You need a lot of cooperation in order to do it. Yeah,
for sure, but that's true of the whole mountain. But yeah, for me, this is a track where I usually put in quite a few hours. If I'm going to do an endurance here or do a double stint here, I usually put in a lot of hours. I like to feel extra confident when I'm lapping here. I think if your confidence gets shaken at Bathurst, it can really mess with your head.
Absolutely. Welcome to everyone who is watching along in chat. Nick Horn asking, how has Sam's hair grown so much in a week? I don't think it has grown that much. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah,
I think it's just windy out.
Probably just looks that way. It's been a very wet day, Corby. Most days are up in the Midlands. Yeah, it's maybe that's making a bit of an effect. And Nick Kirsten's just saying it's tricky not to hit the wall, and that is the main challenge of this Bathurst circuit, and we're going to find out how the drivers are able to cope with it. We will transfer over into qualifying before this, or just after this quick advertisement we'll quickly watch.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Bathurst in Australia. We are in the very, very early stages of qualifying at the moment. The drivers just having their first opportunity at entering the circuit. It is, of course, the amateur drivers out for the first 10 minutes and the pro drivers out for the final 12 minutes. 32 degrees track temperature. This is set in May the 4th, Star Wars Day, I think, this session. But of course, it's Southern Hemisphere, so that's sort of their autumn, basically. It's like our October or something, so it's not as warm as it could be.
I've no idea, but you said it in a confident manner, so I now
Do
believe
you understand
that.
Southern Hemisphere?
I do understand the principle, yes. Thank you. It's the bottom bit of the world, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
Bottom half. Yeah.
Bottom half, yeah.
We've got many drivers out on track: Joel Dutson, Glenn Broughton-Turner, Ryan Walker, Nick Horn, and this man, Tom Heritage, driving for THR Sports, who are still in the team's championship. They are not that far away. Third.
I think it's like 60, 70 points out, which is, now we've seen what can happen with North. They're in it.
And like, yeah, they've had all 3 drivers participate in 5 of the 7 rounds so far this season. That's actually the same amount as SimRace Sweden have also had by about 7.
Is there a driver limit that you can have?
3.
Oh, okay.
So it's 3 drivers, top 2 drivers on each round contribute to your team scores.
And can you just add the word academy and team and TV to the end to post more teams?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sometimes we have like yellow and green and black,
that's good.
Whatever. But I mean, I think I've had this rant in the past, but I really dislike it when people are uncreative when it comes to their
yes, you have,
team.
Especially colours you didn't
Colours,
like.
I really don't like that.
Yeah.
Have it movies or something, you know?
Movies. Titanic and Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have something that you all like and name your team after that. There's got to be something in common.
Gotcha. So this is probably the first track in sim racing where I gave the idea that I would actually quite like to drive GTs. It was before I ever came to iRacing. This was back in a Assetto Corsa. There was some Bathurst league that I applied, like way before I even knew I was interested in sim racing. And yeah, it was GT cars, and that's pretty much the first time I ever tried driving them in a sim. I always thought I would want to be, you know, Ayrton Senna or Alain Prost.
Everyone does that, don't they, when they get onto a sim, and then... Is it just because the racing is better in a GT car, or do you think it's because they're more drivable?
It's the racing. Yeah, you're right. You're going too... I think part of the problem we forget about Formula 1, why it's so hard to race, because you're traveling near the speed of light, it feels like. There's not a lot of time to race.
But then an F4 car isn't much faster than a GT3.
Yeah, so then it comes down to damage for me. It gets old, a tyre falling off every contact that's made, whereas a GT, you can rub doors and everything. Yeah, it's just the excitement. I think GTE was my all-time peak. I think ILMS, back when it was the GTEs, and that were the popular class in iRacing, I think that was my favourite time.
Sure.
So we've only got one Pedersen today?
Only got one Pedersen. The other couple, unfortunately, are not around tonight, so that will reduce the confusion for us.
So we can lift our roar. We can actually just call him Pedersen.
I think we shouldn't go out of that. I
say it's Ben.
Might lure us into a false sense of security. I think we should
it's still Ben.
I don't think there's any other Bens, so we should be alright on that. Luritson with a 2:07. I always remember this track is about 2 minutes in a GT3 car. It's one of them, a bit like Road America. The lap times are almost identical. So Porsche Cup, a few seconds slower than that, 2:04. Yeah, sounds about right for pole position.
I have no idea of the pole up here. Coming back to, was it Nick Kirstens was talking about tricky not to hit a wall? That is where, as we know, all the lap time hides. Like, it seems crazy that, like, when you go out there and you do your first 20, 30 laps to try and gauge your lap time, and then you see what the step up are doing, and you just think, I'm doing something wrong.
Sure, yeah.
And they're just getting close to the walls on the in, the out, and then back on the out again. Like, they're extending the track, they've got more speed, they're getting more confident to get near the wall.
Oh, that's too far.
A little bit. But that's where the speed's hidden. Not quite that close to the wall. My favourite thing about this track is when you are in the rhythm. When you're up the mountain, not only are you confident, but you're hitting the markers you practice. It is a lovely feeling.
Sure.
And then you lock a rear left and smash into a wall and think, why was I confident?
Well, I mean, at least, maybe not necessarily street circuits, but that's my experience at Northlife. I used to do a lot of the VLN races, and I'd always crash when I lost concentration, and I went into that state where I can't remember what you call it, but like it's like a non-thinking state, and you're just doing it, and you could think about what's happened in the last 5 minutes, and you can't recollect anything.
Yeah.
I think that's when you're most vulnerable, at least in an endurance race.
Yeah, 100%.
But in these sprint races, I think it is quite good to get into that state and just be, totally unaware of your surroundings.
Yep. So Forsten still hanging on to that pole. There's quite a deficit behind, but still plenty of time. They've got, what, 10?
Yes. You'd expect Ben Pedersen and Luke Swan, for that matter, to be strong around this track. I mean, the Aussies love this place.
Chat saying flow state.
Flow state, that's it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Would you say you get a flow state just in sim racing? Is there anything else that you reckon you get a flow state in? Because some people get it with like instruments, for example.
Yeah, I think day-to-day tasks, like things that you do every day of your life, like things that you do in the morning that you don't even think about. Honestly, you're not even on autopilot. You barely recollect doing them. And I think driving, like if there's a commute to drive to work,
Sure,
I know
that's
similar to sim racing, but yeah.
Ben Pedersen goes to the top of the standings.
2051.
Second clear, so that is a bit more like it. From one of our Australian drivers, we've also got, well, Corey Lazarus is a New Zealander. He's not around tonight, but I think we've got maybe one other beside Pedersen and Swan racing.
Yeah, Corey must be gutted he's not here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. He'll lose the championship lead. Almost certainly a championship leader after this round will be Philip Hammer. You'd need to have a real bad day for that not to happen.
Oh yeah, he's in the session. I was looking for his name. That was a brilliant end to the race. I know it was Hammer's demise, but what a great race with Lazarus and Hammer there in the last race. Brilliant.
Really good one. Veselek moves up to P2. He's been in great form recently. Has Veselek. I'm trying to remember where he's finished in the last couple of rounds, but I certainly think he's been near the top. He's up to third place in the championship 2 weeks ago. He didn't have a great round last time, to be fair, and he scored 71 points in comparison to 98 points from Bernard. He was the highest scoring AM driver. But yeah, generally his races have been improving recently.
Yep. I've just turned on country flags
Oh man, yeah, I should do that.
Yeah. Now I feel insightful who's going to get those top 3. Wait, I see Corey Lazarus in the session. Is that right?
Oh, maybe he is racing today.
He's on an iPad on an
maybe
Xbox
he got back
controller.
in time. Maybe he got back.
Yeah, I see him in the session. I think he thought he'd like, guys, I'm cancelling the trip. Why? Because I can't let Hammer beat me at my track. Even if I'm not there, I need to. Sorry, guys, I'll be a day late. Or a day, I'm going to leave a day early.
Ryan Walker coming up to the final corner. This is the one that you really dislike. I think with that final corner, honestly, my mindset is, let's just not mess it up, Sammy. And I just go really cautious on it. And just don't even think about it.
Balance of overslowing or carrying too much or hitting the curb or tracking out too far. I just don't like the last corner. Like I can enter a perfect flow state on the track, but I get snapped out of it in that stupid last corner every lap.
It's also too narrow on the entry. It's just, it's really weird how easy it is to get a wheel onto the grass.
Yeah,
like you always want to extend the turn in a little bit more than you can.
I've been celebrating a happy qualifying lap, coming down that straight thinking, yes, I did it. I'm at a lap, and then 2.5 tenths of my lap are gone in the last corner.
Nick Horn in P11. I think if Nick's going to get through to an A final, I know, do you say this every single week? This might be the week.
Don't iRacing do the suspension geometry changes in replay mode the best by a mile? In a mile.
Like in a different stratosphere, right?
Yeah, compared to all the sims.
Is that the biggest thing between the games? I mean, in terms of like watching a car.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah.
Is it that geometry which?
Yeah, it's insane. It's utterly insane. Like you can see the compression and feel it through the car, whereas every other game, it's like once you're not driving, the replay mode is just flat.
Yeah.
Floaty, if anything. It was T1 that was my undoing. Sorry, it was T1 that was my undoing in Bathurst 12. Our team was running really well, and I was doing pretty well, but I had a not even a half slide in T1. I caught it, but the problem is the guy behind didn't see it in time. Touched my rear left wheel, and it flew up a meatball, and I couldn't, honestly couldn't believe it. Gutted I was. All right, so we got our pro drivers heading out.
Yeah, Pedersen's going to set his last lap. Can he get into the 2-minute 4s? He did improve there by like 100th. So he goes even further clear of Veselek, and with a 0.4 of a second gap, that might well get a few more Porsche Cup cars between him and his nearest rival in class. So that's a very good result there for Ben Pedersen. He'll be delighted.
It is. That is going to be. That will be quite a few positions, I'm betting.
Nick Horn, by the way, did.
Lazarus is out there.
Lazarus is out there. Well, I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased. He left it a bit ominous. But yeah, I'll show you the videos now, and yeah, he has a nice fire that he was having.
Yeah, we should throw that up. Let's watch him camping.
From like nice. 2 days ago. But no, actually, he might. Well, someone said, "Oh, yeah, is the sim in the camper, mate?" And then he said, "Haha, something like that."
Oh.
And maybe I thought, oh, he was just joking. But maybe it was actually, no, yeah, I literally bought my sim on my family holiday. I'm not sure.
Oh. All right, Hammer doing some tyre warm-up. Right, let's see. What's your call for pole? Hammer or Lazarus? Or some other...
Well, I think Hammer's got pole every race he's done. So I think he would be a wise choice.
Nope. Incorrect. It's Corey.
Well, he has got pole 5 out of 5 qualifying. Yes, Hammer.
So are you betting for this one?
Corey got the second one at Brands Hatch, and of course the first one was Matthias Stromeri. So yeah, so who are you going for? Lazarus.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
By a small mile, I bet him.
Yeah, it really is generally an advantage for the Australian drivers. I don't think us UK guys necessarily have that. Maybe someone like Brands Hatch, but Brands Hatch is used so universally that it's not necessarily that much of an advantage, and I wouldn't say it's absolutely adored by everyone in the UK. Yeah, they really do get an advantage. Let's see what this first up is going to be from Lazarus. Looking at the sector times, I'm trying to compare them in my head. He is, at least in the first sector, he's a bit up. Yeah, this upper looks pretty good. This is on course for beating Ben Pedersen at the moment for Corey Lazarus.
Yeah, I'm just looking now. Hammer's got him in the second sector from... Oh, is that the outlap sector? Yeah.
So we are going to get our first few times coming up pretty soon. Because the drivers are in two different, like tracks, if you will. So not everyone is on the same track as one another. So Lazarus seems to have a bit more clean air, maybe, than some of his rivals. Especially seeing, I think he was as one of the latest drivers to sign up for the event. Here comes Lazarus. It is only good enough for fifth. It wasn't that good a lap. It was not that good a lap in the end. I think it was a weak final sector from him.
Just
with some work to do. What about Hammer? He does go to the top. Nearly into the 2-minute 4s. He's a 10th.5 clear person.
Well, at least we've got some sector times to compare to now. Sector 1 for Corey Lazarus, a 10th quicker than Philip Hammer's lap time.
Still drives yet to set a time. Ewan Bremer and Yelan Destraz and James Parker as well. I'm not saying Parker... Well, no, I think Parker is out on track, sorry. But Destraz in particular has been very strong in the rounds that he's attended. Unfortunately, he's had some pretty bad misfortune on several occasions as well. But Destraz will certainly be on the front 3 rows of the grid come the end of this qualifying session. Here's Bremer, though. sort of leading the charge for SimRace Sweden Esports, who have accumulated so many points in recent rounds.
They really have.
All the track on entry, takes a little bit of the curb on the power. Can this get him into the top 10, perhaps, Bremer? Doesn't look like it's going to be a time at all. So, still with no time, and well, he's still got 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, off track somewhere. I don't. Yeah, no, nothing came in.
Maybe that was his outlap, and he was just slow to get out of the pits. I think it may have just been his outlap.
Dimbolo in chat. Quali ban, unfortunately.
Yeah, Dimbolo with a quali ban. So a few drivers actually have qualifying bans. It'd be helpful now if I said who they were. James Parker is one. Then James Parker, Joseph Dimbolo, and Nick Kirstens, all with qualifying bans tonight. They'll have a lot of work to do in their heats. Here comes Lazarus. A lot of personal best sectors on this lap. This looks like it's going to be a big improvement. Personi moves up to third. Can Lazarus get on the second row of the grid? He can. He's up into fourth.
Yeah. Hammer's lap time looking very strong. Shea putting in P7 there, 6/10 off Hammer. Swan into the pits. So what, 22? They've got time for 2 more laps.
Yeah, Hammer's got time for 2 more laps. Because anyone who isn't familiar with the series, they have to complete their lap before the 22 minutes are up.
That's why they get the extra 2 minutes, right? From the AMs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and on this track, it pretty much matches up perfectly. Because it is a 2-minute lap. So we'll get an onboard lap as per requested from PX7 in chat. You can really see Philip Hammer attacking this circuit. There's no one better to run aboard with because Hammer has been undefeated in qualifying so far this season. He might go the whole season undefeated, and through turn 2 he's really picking up on what you were saying earlier on, leaving no space to the walls.
Yep. This is the most difficult probably for peak up and tractions. Make sure you open up the wheels straight. Here I imagine it's just a small lift, but it's been a very long time since the peak up around Bathurst.
Tiny lift. Is there a lift?
Maybe not. I mean, this bit's flat in the GT3. Yeah, lift in peak up.
Yeah.
Oh. Monetary grabs this inside curb, use it for a bit of rotation, smack into the curb on the outside, helps push you back to the left. Always a tricky braking zone this, especially with no ABS. And then it's about hooking it up to go far to the right into this bit here, so you're ready for Forest Elbow rather than having it chucked out. So he's nice and far over. Do we get first gear? Oh, very confident man. Second. He might pick up some draft right at the best point here. I don't think so, no.
Depends how slow that car goes ahead. I mean, it will be a small one.
It's a little bit, a few thousandths there.
Yeah,
this,
might dip him under the 2-minute 5.
This next lift hand is very easy to get wrong without ABS as well. This corner here, you go in incredible speeds, you've got to put incredible wheel putting.
2 purple sectors so far on this lap for Hammer. And just one more corner to go now. And this is the one where you can mess it up. But it seems very neat and tight. It doesn't touch the inside curb whatsoever. Is this even faster for Philip Hammer? It is by another 1/10.5. He's down into the 2-minute 4s, a 4.8 time for everyone really to aim for, but frankly to beat is unrealistic. I think Personi has binned it. That will be the end of his qualifying session, and he will be hoping that no one else is able to improve. This man will be hoping the opposite. Corey Lazarus starting his final attempt after setting a slow lap the previous time.
What do you think of this track, Sam? A track you've enjoyed?
Yes. When I won the BSR Radical Winter Series Championship, this was my championship-winning track. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked if you've won that Radical Championship yet.
Yeah, so of course beat Josh Thompson, who
Yep.
is the PESC driver, and Kane Halliburton, who's regarded as the best Radical driver, and yeah, I beat them all. Nicole Foggy, who used to be in Apex Racing Academy as well, and beat them all in that track.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked.
So yeah, is it a nice track for me? Yeah, sure.
Brilliant.
But did some very fun Bathurst 12 hours in the old Porsche Cup car as well. I don't think they ended very well, but I never binned it. It was always my teammates who binned it. But very fun whilst they lasted, at least. But it's a high pressure. I mean, you know, I didn't have 100% trust in my team. I was saying it's high pressure because every corner you're just waiting for them, especially in that old cup car, just to lock those rear brakes and bin it into a wall. I think it was actually through Fast Elbow, which we just went through, which was when one of our races ended.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back. We've always had good luck in the 12. It was always just one or two mild incidents that's hurt it for us. Nothing major, though. But we've always gone on the strat of fuel saving and staying out of trouble as priority. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, my little mistake cost us. I think we still did quite well, but not a podium. I don't think I've done it in the Porsche Cup. Not any sort of lengthy endurance.
Yeah, I think 2019, I think, was maybe the last year that the Porsche Cup was in Bathurst 12 hours. As Lazarus comes to the line, look at that, he nearly ended Philip Hammer's pole run, just as he ended his race-winning run last time out at Sebring. But Hammer holds on, but Lazarus came ever so close. 200ths of a second, and it is the Aussies in second and third place. It really did seem to be a help for them on this track.
I think one's from New Zealand.
Apologies, Lazarus is New Zealand. It's the same thing, right?
Same thing, right?
Interestingly, Lazarus lost a 10th in the last sector. So going into the last sector, which I think is the final 3 corners, he was actually ahead of Hammer. Hammer just managed to pull it out at the end.
But the other exciting thing is we don't get to see Philip, Hammer and Lazarus now until the probable A final.
Exactly.
Because they're split up.
Yeah, it does. Builds the tension.
So Hammer's got the pole for this one.
Exactly, yeah. He is on pole ahead of Ben Pedersen, who could be in for a big points haul in the amateurs. Adam Veselek's going to keep him honest, though, in third place. There's Alexander Chaillet in fourth. There's Swan, who is one of the other Aussies. Meyenborg, Walker, Verm, Loritzen, Portalozzi, Parker, who was banned from quali, and Dimbolo as well. That's a very competitive back row of the grid. Do not be surprised if those two get up into the top 6s, which is the positions that the drivers want, because that sends you straight through to the A final.
Is there a protest happening? There's only one person gridded. It was a green car on his own.
I think that is just our scoring, hopefully.
No, I mean on the track visually, I saw one green car there really early, whereas everyone else wasn't there yet. Yeah, that green car in... Is that Hammer? No. That's Pedersen, right?
At the front.
Yeah, been there. He's been there. When that grid button came up, he pressed it straight away.
He's on it.
He is not after fuel saving. None of that nonsense. He wants to be out there, cool his tyres down.
We will give a quick shout out to Racing Unleashed, by the way, just before we get underway in this race. And of course, we have the Challenger League happening on Sunday, but you can also take in the Racer League. Sign up at apexracingleague.com as the lights are coming on and we're about to get underway racing at Bathurst, and away we launch. It's a great start for really everyone in the top 4. It looks like there's going to be absolutely 0 changes behind that. It is a little bit closer. But Hammer leads us into turn 1 ahead of Pedersen, Veselek and Chaillet. Behind them, Chaillet is getting ahead of Veselek, in fact, going for that 4th position. I think it was a slight mistake, actually, from that driver. Meanwhile, the top 2 being able to make a bit of a break for it as they head into turn 3 for the first time.
Yeah, Chaillet up an important position. It's about locking out that top 6. Oh, he's not going to... Cold tyres.
Luke Swan running wide there.
Yeah, very, very wide. There's not much grip out there. Let's see, he's going to look up the inside. He does. Oy, 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 as it closes up, I'm sure they're going to get through okay, but... Yep, gets it back.
And that was Dimbolo up into 8th position. So that was a bit of an odd start. I was a bit confused there because it seemed like the top 4 really got away well. But then Chaillet and Veselek just really struggled through turn 1 seemingly and dropped back into the clutches of the drivers behind us. I think someone may have hit the wall there, or at least some smoke being pushed up. Certainly any significant damage doesn't seem to have been caused. They were all fine for the next left-hander.
So that cost Luke Swan 4 positions. So he is going to have his work cut out for him to get through to qualify. Top 6 makes the A final.
True.
I was reminding myself.
So, yeah. Seemingly Pedersen was a little bit offline through Forest Elbow, and the gap has gone up to 1 second. It's going to be really tricky to overtake around this track. We had a fantastic duel between Gabriel Salomon and Michael Yanni last season at this track, with Yanni unable to make the move in the end on the young Dane. Luritsen and Dimbolo battling, and Dimbolo has gone off, and Luritsen, he collided with, dearie me. Dimbolo, after a fantastic start, was on course for getting up into the top 6, but he's going to have to redo all of that work, plus make up 10 seconds. And you question whether you'll even need to take a pit stop as well, because there was definitely contact between the two.
Yeah, I was trying to work out where on the track it was. Was it the corner we was talking about, the left-handed, the sweeper after Forest Elbow?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, it's difficult to fit.
The chase.
The chase, that's it. It's such a fast corner. The approach speeds are, you know...
Well, I think it may have even been not just the right-hander, but the left.
Right, okay.
The braking. So often see that, particularly on lap 1. So it means that Ironborg is in 5th. Verm having a brilliant time of it. Currently in 6th. He's up 2 places from his race start. This might be one of the first times that Verm's got into the A final, honestly. So really nice drive from him so far.
We've got a few replays coming in. This is the race start. Yeah, so great start from all the front 4. Like you say, 3rd covers off a little bit defensive.
It was just a bit slow, I think. Yeah, just really defensive.
Great move from Dimbolo there.
You can always do that, can't you, when the drivers ahead are in a queue?
Yeah.
One just breaks a bit early.
Oh!
It was all Luritsen's fault. And Dimbolo, he just slams into it.
Ironically, Dimbolo waited to hopefully avoid it, but it cost him.
Would he avoid it?
Yeah, he would have avoided it, but he wouldn't. He wasn't to know. So Mads just slapped that inside curb way too hard, and he then had limited room to correct it between the grass and Dimbolo, and yeah. Wow.
We need Hawkeye to decide whether or not he would have hit. I think it would have been tight, but...
Well, he made the right decision, too slow and try and...
Sure, yeah.
Try and time
and
it.
Even if you'd missed the corner totally, that car was always, was absolutely centered on him.
Yeah, he really slammed that curb, though.
That could well be a penalty as well, post-race, depending on Dimbolo. Feels like there should be a penalty.
Can you protest a mistake?
Well, if we're racing and I lock up and I wipe you out,
yeah,
when we're heading side by side into a corner, that's a penalty, right? Like every collision is a mistake. That one was just quite a big mistake.
I've never.
So my mentality with it, and of course, I've done stewarding in the past.
A race instant.
So my thought is, if you're battling with someone and you make a mistake and you hit them, that's a penalty. If you're racing by yourself and you make a mistake and you hit someone, that's a racing incident.
Okay, so at the time of contact, they definitely were not racing each other.
No, but when he made the mistake...
No, we're talking about the moment of contact.
Well, I would say the moment of contact, they were side by side. So I'd say they were.
No, Alright, some helmet cam of Ben Pedersen. No, it was a driving incident. Surely it has to be... I don't see how it could be... Yes, it's 0% Dimbolo's fault. But... I don't know. Perhaps I've never stewarded and I haven't. Oh no! No!
Where is he in the track? Is everyone going to avoid him?
He's gonna be here forever, though.
You gotta wait. Oh no! That is not a good rejoin, Ben.
Talking of penalties,
that is not a good rejoin.
Take a week off, mate.
That was.
That was. Ben's a good driver. Yeah, and that was, yeah.
There was never the gap. I mean, what was it on his relative? Like 4 seconds?
I don't know.
Not enough time. Unless he thought that he could get offline, but I think he's putting too much faith in his 180s in order to...
Well, he knows how hard the corner is they're approaching because that's where he spun.
Sure.
So he's not like, he's like, well, they can just avoid me. You just spun on your own, buddy. Yeah, that was an awful rejoin. That was worse than MX5, my first season.
I'm going to see a move here. This is P5.
Yeah.
Look at Luke's one. He's flying through the order now. He was down to, what, P9 at one point?
Yeah, but Worm
So
isn't
now
going to
it's
want
a
to
bit.
fight this. This is great because he's had a good start to the race. He's doing well. He's up 2 positions. And right now, if he can just follow Luke, he'll get through to the A final.
And I think we saw in the background moments before Ryan Walker running wide at the chase. So that's dampened his chances at getting close. 2 seconds now, the gap between 6th and 7th with only a lap, or under 2 laps to go. 0 in chat. OMG.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Horn, is he out the race, Nick Horn? Oh no, he's in Heat 2. My bad. Apologies.
No, he's just typing on the mountain, mate. His confidence levels are through the roof.
Nick lets us know what your chances of getting into the A final are tonight. I think you'd be pretty close in this race, honestly, with the tribulations the drivers have suffered.
Okay, we've got a replay coming in. I think I know what this is going to be.
Okay, so he hits him. I think he hits him. Maybe not that part of his car, but I think he hits him.
Yeah, maybe. So
Medicine.
Ben just over-rotate. Yeah. See, he is perfectly offline. This is perfect to keep the car there. Yikes, this is the view we saw. Whoa. So this is what Parker sees. Oh, man, like...
I mean, in a way, I am going to put a bit of the blame there on Parker because he's got yellow flags.
What?
And he should be...
No, Sam, I will leave this booth. I will leave this booth.
I do the post-race message to the drivers. If you see yellow flags on the mountain, be prepared to slow significantly, especially on lap 1. And I don't think he slowed much there.
I can't believe you just said
I'm not
that.
saying he should get a penalty for it or anything, but I'm just saying that when reflecting on this race, he should go, I could have avoided that.
I don't think he could have.
Let us know in chat if you agree.
Chat is not going to agree with you. No way.
Do you think you could have avoided that crash?
No.
You don't think you would?
No, it's completely blind. Yeah, you might hesitate, but we're not going to... This isn't a 1K split. We're not going to slam on the brakes when we don't see anything. We're slow, but... Yeah. Christ, man.
The whisper leaky is Sam joking. I'm not. I don't dislike the guy, James Parker, but, I think he...
No, look, end of the day, all Ben should have done is towed. He's out the race. Like, he's not going to finish top 6. He's embarrassed himself anyway. Just tow. I don't think he should have spun it round, unless everyone was clear.
OJK is on my side. I definitely agree that on the mountain under yellows, braking should be necessary.
It's a blind corner.
It was, but
Parker
he can see a bit. He can see this. He can see a bit, but like.
No, Parker saw it once. By the time Parker saw him, it was over. Unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm reading.
This is close for the final advancing spot. This is big for Thomas Verm, who I'm not. Oh, as Walker's run wide. Walker has one run wide, and that might be decisive.
Yeah.
The gap is 0.8 of a second now.
Verm just needs to keep it. Verm just needs to keep it together.
He does just need to keep it together. This might be again his first A final of the season for Verm. Be a very good achievement. As in the lead, Philip Hammer still dominating, as he has done on so many occasions since coming into the series. And this is the perfect start for him. One more corner to go. And with a 5.5 second advantage, the second place man in the championship is going to take the first race win of the evening. Philip Hammer for Impulse Racing keeps a 100% winning record in the heats.
Yeah, impressive stuff.
Shire finishes in a strong second place.
Yeah, he had a brilliant start to the race.
Verm is going to hold on to P6. Great result there for Thomas Verm. Really pleased for him. Walker finishing in 7th. There was a late change of position. Mats Luitzen was able to get past Bortolozzi for P8, so that will be an extra 2 places on the grid for him come the B final.
Oof. I've just remembered what happened to Mads. He turned into the wrecking ball, right?
Which one's that?
Mads is the chase incident, sliding across the grass sideways.
That was Mads, yeah.
So the fact he was still
Yeah,
going is crazy. Yeah, but great display. We didn't even talk about Hammer's dominance there on lap time. But that's the problem. He's doing like Max Verstappen. He's so far in the lead. The camera's like, yeah, okay, very interesting, good stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch the racing. But no, dominant display. Almost 6 seconds, was it, I think, in the end?
Yes. So yeah, really strong first race from him there. As we transfer over into Heat 2 of the evening. So these are all the other drivers. There is the results: Hammer, Shire, Bezalek, Meinborg, Swan and Verm, all progressing into the A final. The rest will go into the B final. The grid then for Heat 2. It is going to be Corey Lazarus, who needs to get a strong result in order to keep the lead of the championship. Personi lines up in second place. He was very aggressive last time out. As, yeah, the drivers gridding up. Destraz, Forsland, Bremer, Bernand, Larne, Heritage, Horn, Portland, Turner, Kirsten and Dutton. Luxembourg in last.
That's a strong front three. We've seen a lot of battling from Destraz. Personi seemed very strong in his first race. As we're going to get lights, let's just check they all get off to a good start.
Here we go then. Lights coming on at Bathurst. Race 2 of the evening is underway. It's a bad start for Lazarus. It's a very bad start. He'll have the inside line into Hell Corner, which might be what he needs in order to hold on to the race lead. And that is what he's taking. And then there's a big send from Destraz behind Personi, waiting for the cutback. But his hesitations were taken advantage of, and they now are alongside second and third up the hill.
Yeah, the problem is this outside line on cold tyres is very low grip. Oh, as they cycle behind each other anyway. I thought they were going to battle.
No changes, but besides, Kirsten's getting ahead of Glenn Broughton Turner. That's for 10th position.
Yeah, I think he just thought better off it. Cold tyres on that far outside line. Very low grip usually at the beginning of a race.
Anyone going for it at the cutting, they're all sort of taking the middle line just to cover off any dives that someone has temptations for. Good start for Edwin Forsland. They're holding on to that P4. That would be good points in the amateur championship, especially with Pedersen's struggles just a few minutes ago.
So the only change positions are teammates, I believe, Kirstens and Glyn.
They are not teammates.
They are not teammates. Who's
Kirstens is Simri Sweden. Glyn
is
THR.
Right.
And Kirsten's now past Horn. That's another THR driver he's passed then. So he's making good progress as Kirsten's. Still trying to do what Dimbolo was trying to do in Heat 1. But of course, Dimbolo's chances of that came to an abrupt end.
Yeah, that was a shame. I'd like to, I'm pretty sure he would have slotted into the top 6.
Gracie up ahead. That was Bernand and Bremer. Bernand now ahead of Bremer. The man who was in such fantastic form last time out, Bernand.
It's not like he's given it up yet. I don't think he's given it up.
And he's now got a bit of the side draft as Bremer.
Oh dear. Oh, he did slot him behind.
But here he comes
and
again.
He's going for the send on the chase. Yeah, he's going to... Oh, he thought about it.
And he is get back path. Bernand will be frustrated he didn't cover that one off.
Yeah, because this is the top 6 battle, right? If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Well, that's for 5th. But yeah, they got Larne just behind for 7th, as there's a bit more contact. And Kirstens will get past the 3rd THR driver. It's now past Tom Heritage.
Ah, that's the 3rd. Heritage, right?
Yeah.
Heritage, Horn and Glyn. Okay. Yeah, so Nick doing a very good job. Up 3 positions in just over a lap.
Yeah, next up for him is Larne, but I don't think Larne will give this one too easily to him. Larne's one of the most competitive drivers in the series. A race winner many seasons ago. Back in season 1, he was a regular, was Larne. He was able to hold on to that position there. He wants the first attack at Bremer and Bernand ahead.
Yeah, especially with Kirsten's on the move. We don't want to be sat. You want to be able to get your move done before you start having to defend or worry about the guy behind. Nan's always in this 6th, if I remember rightly. He's always on the cut-off zone.
I think you're right, yeah.
She does a very good job, but it's just...
Ooh, something sounds to Kirstens. Well, this is almost exactly the same as what happened to Dimbolo earlier on. Driver who had a qualifying ban, making their way up through the order. And, yeah, Kirsten's down to 10th position now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where he lost it or where his car's gone.
Oh, and he's gone... Well, that's Horn now into the wall. Oh, come on, Nick. I thought you might get through today.
Let's see. Maybe Nick made a mistake and then was back there battling with Horn. I'm not sure what happened there. We will...
Yeah, I think Horn lost it by himself, but... We'll find out soon with some replays. But Kirstens now has to make his way back past Heritage. That'll be for P8. But now that really does eliminate a few drivers from getting to that top 6. Really, it's now just a case of Bremer, Bernand and Lan for those deciding places.
Yes, indeed. Lazarus is not running away with this. This Pisoni guy, what's his rating? Oh, 4.9k. Yeah, he's looked strong, like right from the offset. All the races we've seen him in. I mean, this is what, second round for him, isn't it?
Sorry, who was that?
Pisoni, this is second race with
only
the
second
league.
race. Finished second place overall last time out at Sebring. And really had the matching of the pace for the leaders as well. Was just track position.
So Destraz has got a nice gap to Forsland, who's got a nice gap to Bremer. So the battle really is that P6 spot, which is the most sought after position. It's hard to remember. Forsland's AM, right? Okay, we've got a replay coming in. Replays, rather. This is the race start. Corey did not get the best start. Not that he needed to, but I cannot believe P2 let that inside send happen.
Well, it was quite aggressive though from Destraz though, right? Like he didn't really have much of a choice.
True. I'm not sure they're given so much of an option though.
This was a nice move from Kirstens on Horn.
Oh! Well, Horn...
Well, Horn helped him out a bit.
a little bit. That was a very early body slam. This is Kirstens on Heritage. Oh, okay, very nice. He just hooked up the corner. Easy peasy.
Oh, he hit the inside one. That's unusual. He took way too early in Apex.
That rejoin was okay. So is this Horn in front?
Yeah, so I think... Oh, and there goes Glenn Broughton Turner as well losing it. Or was that... maybe it was Heritage ahead.
Oh.
But Horn lost it all by himself.
Oh.
That's the mistake that I think my teammate made one year in Bathurst 12 hours.
Oh. Yeah, I think he might have a pinch mirror watching because Kirstens was definitely making his car big in the mirrors, looking left, looking right, looking left, and I think Horn was caught mirror watching in the right-hander there. Just thinking, is he sending it inside? And the problem is not paying enough attention from forward. That's what it looked like. Because ever since he got alongside, he looked unstable.
Yeah.
I think he might have had damage from that lap 1. He did smack the wall pretty hard in the first place on lap 1 to let Nick through the first time round. But yeah, that's scuffled Kirsten's chances of top 6, unless we see an incident. That gap between Destraz and Forsland is opening up for our AM driver, but I'm not sure he's going to be complaining sitting P4. Do we think Banan can hold off Lane?
No.
At least take time to think about it, but yeah, sure.
Sure, okay, ask me again.
Do you think?
No.
Let's see. If you can keep this draft to Bremer in front, then it gives him a really good opportunity because there's not going to be too many overtaking opportunities. As long as he doesn't make a mistake and keeps his draft. Unless he goes... Whoa! Wow.
Oh, he's a bit of a concertina there, but it really did seem like they were getting very close. And again, close into Forest Alpe, but it's all about that exit. There's some trees. And back onto the straights.
Yeah, but he's got that draft, so even though he had a slightly worse exit, I think it's going to be absolutely cancelled out. Are they team matches? They're not, are they, Bremer and...
Bremer and Bernand are not.
No. Wow, this is quite the draft. They're sitting in the GT3.
Yeah. Maybe Bernand's just got maybe a clickless wing.
Possibly.
Seems very quick down the straights. Oh, that's a bit wide though, and this could be the chance for Lane because he's onto the grass. Lane forced to the outside. Now, will Bernand give him space? Well, he's broken very early. He's almost given that away.
Very strange.
And Lane is...
Because you don't want to be on the outside there if the guy on the inside breaks late. You can't do it. Yeah, exactly. Not sure. Not sure. Obviously, he might have been a bit shaken from the grass rejoin part, but I'm not sure.
Final lap of the race.
And this is surprising. Lazarus does not look like he's dropping. B, it looks like Personi's got some left in the tank to mount a challenge. He's not looking like the kind of person who's like, yeah, I'm just going to settle for second. This is it's following him 2/10 up the mountain. Do you think we could see a move into the chase?
I don't think so. I think Lazarus is just doing enough at the moment. I don't think he's going to be pushing it too hard over the mountain. And then just will focus on getting the good exit through Forest Elbow. It's crucial who gets this position. Second place on the grid is so much better than fourth when it comes to the A final. And Lazarus is just opening it up now. It's up to 3.5, 4 tenths of a second now. You know what? Going into, I mean, that was a huge advantage. Rounds, Skyline, really was way later on the brakes. They're pushing it right to the limit, to the wall, the two. And now this is the big corner. Lazarus getting on the power nice and early. The gap is 4 tenths of a second. It will be close by the end of the Conrad Straight, but I think the Kiwi is doing everything he needs to do.
I'm not going to tell the rest that you've got the track corner names open.
I know what Forest Elbow is. I just think there are minds on the other ones.
No, you're doing a brilliant job.
There we go, into the chase. And that should be
lovely work.
Everything that he needs to do. Is not the advantage that Philip Hammer had in Heat 1, but it will still be enough for Corey Lazarus to keep the championship lead. With one more corner to go, he will take second place on the grid for the A final and the race win in Heat 2.
The exciting thing is, look how close these three have finished, and
Yeah.
and Lazarus was what, a few thousandths off Hammer. So we've got a race on our hands.
For sure.
Got a race on our hands. I would say just the four of them, just Hammer from the first race and these three from the second. But we've got a race on our hands.
Great work from Forstland. That's very big points for the championship. I remind myself where Forstland is. Oh, Forstland's in 7th place in the championship, but
that's a surprise.
That is, it's his teammate Kirsten's who's got the better chance, but still good stuff as well for Simray Sweden to keep scoring those points in the lead of the team's championship. So that is the Heat 2 completed. In chat, Liam Slipdiffs saying that he knows Hell Corner, the cutting, the crash. I'm not sure which corner
the
he's
crash.
designating as being the crash. But yeah, Hell Corner is the other one. There used to be a tree stump on the inside of Hell Corner, and pretty much on a motorcycle, if you crashed at Hell Corner, you would die because the mortality rate was so high.
And Yunuka in chat, I believe that's Shay, yeah? So hello, mate. Good luck in the race. Where are you? Where he finished second, I think. So he'll be
second in race 1, yeah. You were saying that you wouldn't have a chance of winning.
I forgot. I forgot he was the one who had to battle through.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Shay will be up there.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Hammer won by 5.5 seconds, but we forgot 2 and 3 had a big battle.
They did. So there's the results of Heat 2. Let's have a look at the grid for the B final, which the drivers are currently gridding up for. Brian Walker on pole position. There's Benand, Luritsen, Kirstens, Bortolozzi, Heritage, Dimbelow, Broughton, Turner, Pedersen, Horn, Parker, and Dozen. There's some very strong drivers. Very strong drivers.
And I just remember Dimbelow is going to want to get this done. He's
yeah.
So this is the B final, just to make it clear to everyone watching. So top 3 progress through to the A final. Just means they do lots of races.
Who will it be then? Ryan Walker on that coveted P1 spot. It's a big advantage here at Bathurst. He needs all the advantages he can get. Away we launch. And it's not a great start for him, but that track position
Dimbelow is looking for a 3 wide. Yeah, he's got it done.
Dimbelow going all the way to the inside, and he's got past. Bortolozzi had to back out of it. Dutson and Horn didn't take the start for some reason. So it's Walker leading, Banan, Kirstens, Luritsen, Dimbelow. With 2 places gained already, he needs to gain 2 more.
They're brilliant. Aggressive, but fair, and yeah, we knew he was going to go for this. He needs this. He needs this. He had the qualifying ban. He got taken out in this race.
Pedersen was able to get ahead of Bortolozzi. We were just watching Bortolozzi before, but he must have run wide, maybe on the outside line. And Pedersen's up into P7. He's got 4 places to gain. And he's going to go again, but he had to back out of that. But every corner is behind Heritage. He's losing touch, but Heritage is spun around, and that could be a track blockage for the other drivers. Someone else hits him. It may have even been one of his own teammates.
Could have been Horn, yeah.
Well, it could have been Broughton Turner. Horn didn't take the start.
Oh, okay. That's a shame.
And he did Dutson.
think Dimbellow's going to get this done? Yeah, I think he's, yeah, easy.
4.
Man on a mission. Wow, that was a committed move. He was going to get ahead or go home.
And look at that, he's barely lost any time to the race lead. He's catching them. Tenths of a second each corner. And frankly, I think Dimbellow and Pedersen are almost certain going to get through into the A final. They are charging along. They were so quick earlier on.
Yep.
It's just about who can join them.
Nick Horn's PC crashed.
Oh dear.
Sorry to hear. Oh, hello Alan in chat. Hello Robert in chat. Hope you guys are well.
Oh, almost
He's going to take a
rev
look.
limiter here, Ben Pedersen. Thought he would at least look to the inside there, but credit to Luritz, and he was late on the brakes.
Yeah, he's going to just focus on the exit out of 1, I think, here. Whichever way the guy in front chooses, Mads, he's going to take the other one. Oh, he may. No. I think he's just going to set up the exit here. Go for it.
Brawson Turner getting ahead of Bortolozzi. Bortolozzi's made another mistake. That's good news for the THR drivers.
Oh,
it was a bad exit for Luritzen, but it was an even worse exit for Pedersen. It's getting a bit marooned here.
And Dimbellow is on the back. Is he going to make a move now? Oh no, sorry, it was the red car. Right, but Dimbellow is now caught up.
Oh, there goes Kirstens. No, not quite. I thought he was nipping underneath, but now he's going to have to go defensive.
Dimbellow's going to do the same move he did in the race 1. He's going to cut into the left here. Let's see. He does. Does he make it stick? He does. There you go. Easy as that, Sam.
Yeah.
He's already practiced that move, and he nailed it last time.
Well, Kirstens took quite an arcing line there, and that gave him half a chance. Oh, someone's gone in the wall. Luritzen has gone in the wall.
Yeah. Oof.
And he's ricocheting either side, but somehow Parker was able to get through that. Now, this is a good time to tow, because your car's wrecked anyway, but see, he's going to try to rejoin. To be fair, there's barely anyone behind.
Wait, I was going to say, is he Austin Powers in it, or is he not going to kill his TC? He's found the TC kill button. I thought he was going to do a 9-point turn at one point. Right, so Dimbellow's going to...
Walker with the lockup. He's avoided the wall, but he's going to be under huge pressure.
P2 would have had to have lifted. Banan would have lifted for that, I think, and Dimbellow is not lifting.
No.
I think that's the memo right now. Is he going to get... He's going to... Oh, P1 might have picked up a bit of a... Was it that bad of an exit? Dimbellow's pushing P2. Oh, yeah, this is going to be spicy.
Dimbellow the long way round.
Yep.
Bit of contact, but Dimbellow comes out the
brilliant move from Dimbellow
and
there.
There goes Kirsten's going to go past, and off the track goes Walker, and Walker has gone from 1st to 5th in a straight.
Yeah. Brilliant move from Dimbellow. Dimbellow's going to win the race.
He is.
He hasn't quite turned off the charge button yet, which is great to see him.
So,
it's
Kirstens versus Pedersen for that final spot. Kirstens, who has been getting into a lot of A finals recently.
I'm being called out in chat. Yep, I forgot this car doesn't have TC. So in this car, what, you'd drop the clutch and rev it out, and okay, yeah.
Dimbellow ahead of Banan. Banan not fighting that one. He knows that that's not really a battle, and he now needs to try to follow him whilst the guys behind battle.
All right, after that move has been done, let's take a look at some of the replays. Race start. Dimbellow with... I mean, these are all going to be replays of Dimbellow, I assume.
There was actually a bit of contact as well, but I mean...
He's on the inside, though. He's there.
Oh, he always had it, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was really nowhere else he could go.
Well, let's see, though. Yep, yeah. I mean,
he turned out a little bit, but I think it's all right.
it was... Yeah. Ooh.
You spotted that earlier on, didn't you? The traction zone in these cars.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
That was Bortolozzi.
Yeah, and this lovely move from Dimbellow there. Yeah, lovely move. He's making it look easy out there, isn't he? So is this where Mads drops it? So this is after losing the position from Dimbellow. He just...
Oh, Parker did well. Parker did very well.
He just lost the position. Right, Parker... Oh.
There you go. So Parker saw that crash. He was a bit early on the brake.
So this is Walker losing out the position, and Dimbellow and Walker. Let's see this actually, because I saw them come together. Yeah, just a race.
Well, it's mainly this next one, which was one.
I mean, that was a... That's just tough racing.
Pedersen's still not able to get past Kirsten's. Dimbelow is actually dropping these guys. Benan would have been hoping he could follow him, but he's already 8 tenths of a second back.
Yeah. Pedersen, actually, you know, the one thing that's worked against Pedersen here, he now has to fight Walker. Oh, and it's been done.
Oh.
Is he going to overshoot it, though? Nope.
How did that happen?
I think Pedersen didn't have the best exit fighting Kirsten since the last corner.
Pedersen hasn't been as aggressive as Dimbelow in this race. It is a longer one. It's deceivingly long, is this B-file. It's 14 minutes in length. Oh, as there goes the move from Kirstens. He's up into P2. He's got past Benand. And dare I say, if he can have a good lap here, Kirstens, that might be enough to consolidate a top 3. Because he does look quick. And yeah, now he can start to make a bit of a break for it. Still Walker ahead of Pedersen for P4.
Yeah, I think it's this Walker-Pedersen battle
That's
that's going
Parker as well. Don't rule out Parker. Only 4 seconds of the lead. Oh, Walker's got in the wall.
Okay. Poor Walker, man. He's 1st to 5th. But this fight between
like
them...
Lance Stroll there. Parker.
So Benan just needs to just do his thing, let these two battle and stay consistent. And like I said, it's Benan always in the cutoff. He's the cutoff guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Always the cutoff guy. I'm not going to ask you if you think he's going to be caught, because you seem to say yes every time, but I think he's going to hold on to it.
Well, he didn't make the cutoff last time.
He did not. He was close, though.
He was close. He's the around the cutoff guy.
I think he's good at qualifying. He's very consistent and he stays out of trouble. But the problem is, near the end of the race, the people that have been in trouble, caused trouble, or messed up their quali are usually on him. I.e., the cut-off guy.
Sure.
But no, very strong.
Heritage and Brawls and Turner, by the way, for THR in 7th and 8th. Lauritsen in 9th after a big crash. I'm surprised he didn't have to go back to the pits on Lauritsen. And then Bortolotzi had a couple of spins on that one and maybe have had a couple more since in 10th.
Damage is definitely on, right? Because Mads was in the first instance where he smashed into the Dimbelow, went flying across the grass, and he finished.
I mean, it should be on. I think someone would have complained in chat if it... We have had that. We had a round at Long Beach, round 1 of season 4, I think, and damage was accidentally turned off. One of my worst ever errors in a session setup. And, yeah, it was absolute chaos. Jazz ending up on their roofs, and Jazz would be on their roofs on the racing line and be like, "I'm not towing. I have no damage. If someone barrels into me and flips me back on my right side, I can still finish P8."
Talking of bad setup sessions, and Bathurst, one of the community races I've been running for years, was at Bathurst, and I made them. I don't know how I got it so wrong. The incident limit was 1.
Sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a weird race. It was just straight DQ.
Oh. Must have been a tap there.
Yeah,
this is risky stuff with the netcode as well.
It is, and there's not much to be gained there. Like, it's always better to keep tyres cool and set something up. But that looks really good from Pedersen. Yeah, we talk about 4 tenths being enough. This is good.
Half. And the jaws of that Porsche opening wise, Anand could be its next prey. By the end of this straight,
is he gonna? No, he hasn't.
Which way does he defend? He's going to take the outside for the right. That will be the inside for the left.
And he didn't do a Mads and smash into the curb, so we're good.
Benand, who gave up 6th place quite generously earlier on, he's not giving it up generously this time. Oh. And now there's contact between the two of them, and it's taken out Walker as well.
I think that was just pure netcode because they were too far along.
And Parker, has he got up into P3? No, Pedersen holds on. But that is now the fight for the final advancing space. Pedersen versus Parker. Walker could do nothing about it, and Benand will be aggrieved after that contact.
Yeah, we'll take a look, but my guess it's just late netcode because it did look like their door banging had come to an end and they were just sweeping around the corner. It did look like Benand was going to be able to hold the position. He'd set it up perfectly, but then, yeah, I think his car just jolted sideways, but we'll take a look. It looked like big netcode though. quite late into the corner as well. Like it looked like they'd done their banging. They were both doing their turning, and yeah, I think Banan had that defended. I don't know what happened to Walker. I think Walker just followed Banan. I don't know what happened.
I think he picked the left.
Yeah.
And it was not the right side to pick.
Yeah. Yeah, shame.
Yeah, they stayed very close to one another, still did Banan and Walker. Banan is currently the one ahead of Walker. And now half a second, the gap between Pedersen and Parker. Difficult to really judge Parker's pace too much today. He was out of position. Even Dimbolo still pushing it. Still got 2.5 seconds over position he doesn't really need to keep.
All right, we've got a replay of that Banan Pedersen incident.
Whose fault was this?
I think it's iRacing's fault. We'll see.
Bit of initial contact. I think that's Banan's fault. I don't think he's left a car's width.
Let's see.
So that's all right, I think. But yeah, you can see he's so close to the white line. Like, I don't know where he's expecting Pedersen to go.
Do you know what?
There was
Let's do it.
But
I'm going to agree with you.
yeah?
I know the chat's witnessing something here. It was netcode, but I think it was always going to end up in it. Because, yeah, you could see Pedersen wasn't giving up the vision. But yeah, he did. He turned with no space left, so netcode took over. I mean, you could argue Pedersen wasn't entirely. All right, I'll just agree with you and carry on and move on, yes.
This is a nice moment.
Okay, moving on. Right, is Parker going to get this done?
Yes, well, his final lap, I don't think he will do.
Half a second. But yeah, obviously it sucks that the netcode was the final straw, though.
If the result ends like this, Parker might be benched. Pun that works? Park bench?
Park.
I don't think it really works.
No, that didn't land, mate.
Of course, I did say earlier, my joke earlier on about Ryan Walker driving like Lance Stroll. This Walker and Stroll. I'm not sure if many people caught some nods to that. They're not in great form today, honestly. As Pedersen holds on to P3, 7/10 of a second. Still the gap for that coveted P3 place. And really, Pedersen just needs to keep it clean, which he didn't do around this part of the circuit earlier on. But he has escaped that area where, of course, these two collided in Heat 1. And they're catching up to Kirsten's very quickly. Kirsten's taking this last lap very carefully, but he can afford to do so.
Maybe he's running heat fuel.
All that.
A few drivers have done that before. I think I did it at Brands Hatch a couple of seasons ago in the ARA League. It's not funny. It broke my heart.
Dimbolo with just one corner to go. And the British driver is going to take it.
What a race.
Really good performance. Started down in P7.
Where's that put him on the grid?
He has converted it. He'll start in P13 in the A final.
He's given himself a lot to do.
And Pedersen in second and third. Parker misses out. He'll be frustrated. Parker, he did nothing wrong really in Heat 1 when he got wiped out by Pedersen.
Oh, you're joking. It was Pedersen's rejoin that knocked Parker out that put him in this race, and then Pedersen beats him. Oof. Oof.
Yeah, a bit ironic. Yeah, I feel like maybe if he was a kinder person, Ben would have given up that place. But no, he might get a penalty. Well, yeah, he will get a penalty later on for a very bad rejoin. But he's at least he's got through to the A final, and that gives him the opportunity to score a lot more points.
Yeah, good luck to Shea. That's Shea in chat, just so you know. It definitely is him. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Best of luck. Yeah. Starting P3 in the A final. We do have a 3-minute warm-up now, but there was the results. Dimbolo ahead of Kirstens and Pedersen. Parker misses out Bernard, Walker, Heritage, Brawson, Turner, Luritsen, Bortolozzi, Horn, and Dutton miss out.
It's going to be quite the battle, I think, with Hammer, Lazarus, Shea.
And of course, a reminder that later on we do have the late Apex coming up. That will be starting at about 10 o'clock. I think Formula 1 might be on in like 5 minutes time, so like it's after Formula 1, so you can watch sprint
What am I
qualifying.
missing? Qualifying. Oh, sprint qualifying.
Yeah, it's another sprint.
It's nonsense, that stuff.
Yeah, you don't like it?
What, a mini version of a race that shows us what the race conditions will be like in the race? No, I don't like it.
Well, I think most
I
people
love
agree
the-
with you. I don't think that's the hottest take of all.
I love waiting for race day to know, okay, they're out of Q trim. Let's see how these cars perform on race day.
Yeah.
But that's completely thrown out the window by having a sprint race.
Yeah. We won't be discussing that.
No.
We will be discussing all the latest news when it comes to sim racing. Of course, news of ESL R1 returning for 2024. We'll be discussing the teams which have been announced who will be taking part in that. We'll also be discussing new sims as well being launched and new additions of existing sims as well. Funny Reddit posts as well.
Oh, God.
So a lot to lots of chats.
It's gonna be a good one, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to go through actually this week, and a lot of good topics as well, which we can sink our teeth into. Of course, all the latest news as well when it comes to Apex Racing Team, ARA, all the ARs later on. So do tune in for the late Apex later on. And I did mention it earlier on, but Racing Unleashed have their third challenge going on this month. On Sunday, we have the Challenger League. You unfortunately can't take part in that one anymore. However, you can take part in the Racer League event, which is happening in 2 weeks' time. So if you're above 6k iRating, you can go to apexracingleague.com and sign up for the Racer League event. That is GT3s at Daytona with 2 elimination races where we disqualify drivers as the race goes on until only.
I love that
drivers
format.
are left.
I've only never done it once in the sim, but it's good.
Yeah, I like it, especially with the reverse grid, with the fast guys having to make their way up, with constantly drivers behind them being eliminated. Should be a lot of fun. So yes, do tune in for that. We've got a few more minutes of qualifying. Are you still going for Lazarus to win the event, or was that just for qualifying?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Lazarus for the win. Although, I mean, obviously Dimbalo's not in the run-in for this event. But who was the other guy who finished P2 to Lazarus? I thought that was a great rate.
Personi?
Yeah, I don't think we can rule him out.
No,
I think he
came
definitely looked
very
like he had
close
spare in the
last
tank.
time.
I think
Yeah.
he had plenty left to give.
Some fantastic compliments. Alan Luth was criticising us two, calling us plebs earlier on, but Smith Racing XL92 said these two are good. Thank you, Smith Racing, and also, OJK saying honestly, ARA in general couldn't be much better. They have so much cool stuff and so on. Thank you, OJK, for that. Philip Hammer on pole position for the A final ahead of Lazarus. Common top 2 there. Then it's Shire, Personi, Veselek top of the ARMS. Really strong result for him once again this evening. Destras, Meinborg, Forsland, Swan, Bremer, Verm, Lane in 12th. And then there's just the 3 who managed to get through earlier on. Pedersen and Dimbalo and Kirstens.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. I'm excited for this one. Is it, how long's the race? 17?
18.
18. You just make these numbers up.
So here we go then for this A final. Hammer on pole position, which so far has been undefeated going into turn 1. And unlike last week, he is going to hold on to lead into turn 1 as the German brings us to the first corner and he leads us away. Lazarus in second place, Shire in third. There is a spin early on. It's Destras who would have had a chance at keeping up with the leaders, but he's right at the back in these early stages. Shire still having to hold off Personi. Personi being aggressive as we have become accustomed to from the 2 races he has taken part in so far in this series, but it looks like he was going to have to settle for 4th because of that dangerous outside line into turn 2. Behind them, Bremer getting ahead of Forsland. In fact, Veselek, I think, has gone wide. Veselek hit the wall, and that could be terminal damage for the Polish driver who was on course for the AM race win.
So the reason Shea was backed up into Personi was Lazarus, again with a bad standing start, went fully defensive, going from one side of the...
Oh, we've got another car round.
Well avoided.
That's Bremer.
Yeah. So Lazarus had a bad standing start, went full Michael Schumacher cross-line defence before the corner. And then I suppose it's not moving twice because then he moved back to the racing line, but that was right in front of Shea's braking point. It affected Shire's off out of 1, and that's what put him into the hands of Pisoni there, and it's given Hammer almost an 8/10 lead.
Yeah, we have got a lot of field spread already. My ball, by the way, really good. Sorry, I haven't talked about Sasha too much today, but up then P5 up 2 places from his race start. Verm up 5, Lani up 5, Pedersen was up 6, but he's just been overtaken by Dimbolo. Those two going through from the consolation. Who's that in the wall? That's Nick Kirstens.
Yeah.
Who also went through from the B final.
Is Dimbolo up 4 positions?
Dimbolo is up 4 places. Well, Pedersen was up at 6 places for a moment. There they are. They're behind Lani. Verm, what a race. Verm is leading the AMS. This is insane from Thomas Verm. Great driving from him. But he's got some really quick drivers who I don't think he'll have a chance at keeping behind. Lani's already got past.
I love watching.
Next up will be Forsland.
I love watching Dimbolo's body language. It's a car, a corner. That's how he sees it.
Yeah.
Like, here's a corner. Where's the car? I want a car. I like it. It's good.
I thought Verm might struggle to hold these guys back, but he's let 4 of them go in 2 corners there. But that's probably the place that he wants to be, P10. And we'll try to hold on. Forsland now leading the AMS, and Pedersen, despite binning it in heat 1, might still win the AMS tonight.
Definitely take a look here on Forsland. I think up the inside late on the brakes. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's got that done. And that's it. 2 in 2 corners. 2 in 3. Sorry, I'm giving him more credit than credit due. 2 in 3 corners. Up 6 positions, but so's Lane. Meinborg up 2. Pedersen up 6. But Lazarus is not looking like he can challenge Hammer. Shayer's looking great. Pisoni close though.
Pisoni once again, so much race pace, but his qualifying pace is just lacking a tiny amount. This could be the chance. No, Shayer held on.
Shayer was our championship leader, but what with a wheel failure?
Yeah. Well, I can't remember what happened to him last time. Something did.
Was it another failure of some sort? Because I remember him at Sebring, something going wrong. I can't remember what went wrong.
But yeah, he was on a real good head of steam. 75, 102, 110, 123. And then last few rounds have been less. 103, 0, and 88.
Shame.
Here comes Pisoni. He's got the inside line. Shayer's got to leave space, but he will have the inside line for this next corner. But we've seen outside work several occasions already in this situation, and it's worked again. Shayer up to, or down to 4th place.
Didn't entirely give that yet.
He's coming back here. He's got good exit there somehow. Oh, he's taking too much curve. That might unsettle Pisoni. Just trying to get clear right now. It looks like he has now done, but he's got 2.5 seconds to make up, which, to be fair, is about the gap that he made up last time at Sebring to Hammer and Lazarus. He's got to do it again this week as well.
Yeah, looking strong.
So Shayer should keep that 4th place. Meinborg in 5th. Pedersen trying to get past Edvin Forsland. And I think he has done. He's up into 8th, and that is for the amateur lead. But he's on the outside line, which is usually very disadvantage.
Go with it. Disadvantages. Go with it.
What is the word?
Disadvantageous.
Yeah, disadvantageous. There you go.
Less than advantageous. There you go.
Yeah. I thought you were going to do that to my answer.
No, I think you should have stuck with it.
I did. I was trying to move on.
Disadvantageous did.
Luke's on the next to try to get past Verm.
Hammer and Lazarus on the race of their own.
Yes, Jazz has done well to come back as well.
Yep.
Lucy Kirstens. Bezalek had to come back to the pits for repairs. Credit to him for getting back out on track again.
I tell you what, no wonder Dimbolo was ruining the quali ban here, because he's up 7. He won the last race from the back. Like, he's looking so, not just fast here, but there's not a corner he can't pass at. We've seen him do it everywhere.
I think there's going to be at least one move at the end of the Commonwealth straight.
I heard you walk tab. No.
Here comes Pedersen.
Yep.
And he's late
Late
on the
dive.
brakes. Yeah, he's going to be past it. Wait, oh no, actually, maybe just laying off the brakes ever so slightly there.
What?
Just to move back ahead.
Oh, this is going to get feisty though.
And now all these 6 drivers are almost on top of one another. One of them drops it out, which is not good news.
No.
And he spins himself, and that's... Oh, no, but Destraz gets caught up. It's a second spin of the race for Elan Destraz.
Yeah, look, the stress just over-slowed for an instant. It wasn't... I don't know if it was caused by the blinking out, like if it was partly hardware failure as well, because...
Oh, Elan's spin. Oh.
It was strange because he disappeared, reappeared, and then missed the brakes by a mile, so
Yeah.
I wonder if the two were related. Because it could have been everyone else blinked into for him, like, you know,
Sure,
to
yeah.
him all the cars then appeared and he was like, whoa, and then broke, and yeah, shame. But somehow it didn't spin Pedersen, even though he ploughed into the back left of him.
Of all the drivers
Yeah.
to spin there, I don't know how it was Pedersen, especially with his netco as well, with his ping.
Yeah, what a shame though.
This championship very much looking like a two-way battle at this point. Hammer and Lazarus way ahead of the opposition.
And Lazarus is currently leading the championship by a few points.
And to be fair, if Hammer won this round, he would still be leading, I think, Lazarus. It'd basically undo the result from last time out. And I think the gap would be about 5 points between the two of them.
So where was Lazarus's bad round? What happened?
I think he missed a round.
Oh, these guys are built different.
He missed Red Atlanta. But then he didn't, you know, his points so far this season, 101, 130. 130 is the most amount of points he can score in a race. Then he didn't race, then 89, 100, 102, and then 130. If he can win again tonight, that'll be another 130 points.
This is Bassoni and Shayer still tussling. Looks like Shayer's going to keep this time. But oh, yeah, this time Shayer can just about keep the inside, but he's going to try the switchback. He is. Good exit. Yeah, Shayer should get this.
Bassoni doesn't like that corner on a similar level to yourself, I think.
Correct.
He's constantly clipping that inside curve, which is spitting him out.
I told you, it's an awful corner.
What would you change about it? Just the curve on the inside?
It's too narrow an entry. I think that's the bigger problem.
Sure.
It's just the way it tightens up. I don't know. The inside curb and the outside curb with the gravel trap are just nasty. These two are absolutely... They just want the podium. The race for Lazarus is...
Oh, that's a bad mistake. Bad mistake there from Shayer.
Their liveries are very similar. Are we agreed? Orangey, reddy orange and blue and white.
Yeah.
I know one's got black and white or black or white down the middle, but from the side-on angles, two primary colours are very similar.
So Mindborg is back with these guys. Dimbolo could get a podium tonight. He could get a podium. He's only 2.5 seconds away from the podium as it stands. But Bassoni, now that he's almost out of draft range, he might...
We haven't seen much as Mindborg, I feel like, today.
No, but he's done amazing.
Yes, but I think like he's just stayed out of trouble. No replays, no overtakes, no defending, just solid work. But yeah, I just don't think we've seen him. Here's some replays. Replays? I can't speak. So watch Lazarus fully defend and then fully over, and I think that's where it just blindsides Shea a little bit.
And there was a dive as well, wasn't there? Oh, we were focusing on Distress there. I sort of looked away from Distress. He spun, but that's what happened to him.
He does another one later. We'll watch that one. No, that wasn't his fault. I'm only joking.
Oh, so he actually went into... Oh, wow. Very lucky was that outside car. Spin for Kirsten?
He was on the wrong side of the track almost there. On entry.
Bremer, that was the one who spun. This is Kirsten's. He was spun by Swan.
Move.
Yeah.
These two, Shayer and Bassoni, been battling a lot. This was the first time, because, I don't know.
Oh, you got hit from behind.
All right, we'll look at the chopper view for that.
You had to tuck him behind and you got hit by... Is that Kirsten's or Bremer?
Well, it almost looked like he spun before the contact. But yeah, it could have been Netco before the contact, I'm not sure. So this is round 3.
That
I
was
think.
generous from Shire.
Yeah.
That wasn't from Stromoe. Not Stromoe.
Yeah, caught Miro watching, bangs the curb. Shaya gets a good run. Very good run.
So Dimbalow's just got past Meyenborg.
Wow.
Now, he hasn't really closed in on Personi and Shire.
Well, if they battle
last
again, he
lap.
will.
But yeah,
Yes.
that's what he's got to rely on.
Dimbalow, just to recollect, is up 8 in
Yeah.
the A final. After
And
qualifying from
up
the B final.
Up 7 from the B final.
Yeah.
So he's up 15 overall.
It was a good point. Good point.
It wasn't his fault earlier on. Well, he got a qualifying ban because he wiped out someone in previous rounds or something. But, oh, Ben Pedersen. Ben. Well, he's been given a few chances today as Ben.
And Distraz.
He has not taken some of them.
Let's see.
This was behind Edwin Forsland.
Oh, dude. There's a car there. Oh, no. Don't rejoin.
So he was struggling to get past Forsland for a while. And then eventually produced that. Fortunately, though, it hasn't got damage, or too much of it, at least.
Because Sam forgot to turn it on.
We had someone pit for a pair earlier on. We definitely have.
I know, I saw a dent.
Definitely.
I saw a dent.
I have PTSD from Long Beach Porsche Cup with no damage.
No, it's just remarkable the damage model on this car nowadays. I mean, the fact Mads Lauritsen was able to finish any of his races is remarkable.
Yeah. Do you have a fast repair, by the way, as well? Do these drivers? Hence why Swan and Vezlek were able to take those repairs and be into the track. So Forsland, very much looks like he's going to win the AMS now. Ahead of Kirstens. Will be a 1-2 for Simrace Sweden in the AMS. Although, who is ahead in the championship between those two? I forget which race. So Kirstens is ahead. So if they're smart about it, really, Forsland should slow and let Kirstens past.
Is it early enough in the late enough in the championship to think like that? Do you think?
Yeah, maybe Forsland could still win the championship. To be fair, there's 29 points between the two of them.
Yeah, still too early. No Ferrari things.
Do you remember your reaction to that? Do you remember watching it live?
What, Schumacher, Barrichello having to wait at the line?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. Okay, some replays coming in. Whoa. So let's see what happens here. Is the guy Miro? I'm not really. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure Ben makes the corner. It's just different people have different speed to it.
Correct.
And of course, if you're Forsland there's no motivation to go fast.
Yeah.
Oh, you maybe got a bit distracted. Oh, he nearly collected it. Nearly saved it.
Nearly. Yeah, plus the motivation to be close even at that point. Like I kept saying, like just be closer later on, like into Forest Elbow. Like just, I'm not sure. I haven't driven here and picked Porsche Cup, so I can't imagine how tricky it is anyway.
Bierman's had to go back to the pits maybe after that incident. Oh, so he's just done. Oh, he's just done the same thing on the next lap as Bierman. It's not helped himself.
No. Bit of damage and overheat tyres, though. I can't imagine how tricky the mountain is in this car.
Sure.
So Lazarus holding on, but yeah, not enough to mount a challenge. I think if he knows he can score P2, collect a big enough points, and
there's not that much at stake here. You know, I don't want to, get people too excited, but it doesn't really matter too much who wins. Because it would be a 14-point swing, I think. So, Lazarus could be leading the championship by like 20 points, or he could be leading the championship by 5 points coming out of this round. But
I don't think there's anyone in the background of Philip Hammer's room for once.
Oh dear.
Need to get Lazarus can.
Yeah. He's got. Yeah, I'd be curious as to what Corey's setup is. You think he might be in a camper van?
I think so.
We're not quite sure.
There's a horse walking by behind him right now.
Yeah. Is Alexander?
Yeah, this dim below gap was 1 point. Yeah, no, it's extended since I last looked. Yeah.
They really need to fight. They've got 1 and a bit laps to go, do these two. Shire is starting to close back up, and this is where you'll close the most when he can dip into the toe.
I don't know where the Shire camera. I know the name, but I've never seen them. There you go.
We've never seen the face. Seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
In terms of relaxed.
All sim racers are cool, guys, just to let you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just
Notoriously cool. That's what you think when you come to sim racing. You think, wow, cool.
yeah, exactly. So I picture it. When I describe it to other people what I do for a living, I do get weird looks, but
How do you describe it? You must have a pitch, right?
I don't, mate.
Hey?
I've been dealing with this my entire... I've worked from home for my life. My dad says I build websites. I'm like, Dad.
I know you're ashamed, but come on. Please be truthful.
Think he builds websites. Oh, okay. That's one way to put it. But apparently, you know, to the older generation, that's you know, nuclear physicist level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the curator of the internet.
Yeah. So you, like, make the internet then?
Yeah. No, just parts of it. Evening alone?
Meinborg barely holding on against Lane.
Yeah, Lana's been strong.
Distress, by the way, just set the fastest lap of the race. 3/10 faster than everyone else. Shame that...
Yeah, he hasn't had the best luck this race.
Yeah, it wasn't a great qualifying for Distress. I think he qualified P6. And so he started this race in P6 and then spun at turn 1, which sent him to the back. There's Distress. I think we've seen Elan's webcam either in the past. Oh, maybe we do, yeah, because I remember we were looking at his wheel and trying to figure out.
No. You was wondering what was in the background, as I pointed out it was a bed. You thought it was a backpack.
Oh, I remember.
Or something.
No, I didn't say... what did I say? Well, we'll figure it out.
It was something stupid.
Yeah, it wasn't a bed. Pedersen up to P10, by the way. He's just got past Byrne. That'll be an extra couple of points for him. That's in lead. Philip Hammer, who won his first 4 race meetings of the season, as Shire has got past Personi right at the end.
Yeah, what's happening there?
We'll get images of that later on. But
oh, they are swapping position.
here we are. Here we go. And these across the grass. And they're still making contact. Will either of them make it to the line in one piece? Hammer
like
wins
TCR
ahead
racing.
of Lazarus. But who will finish in P3? Shire. Round the outside. He's going to do it. He's going to do it on the outside. What a final lap between the two of them. And he's got it done. And he's delighted. He's wagging his finger.
What a battle, by the way. Oh my god.
I don't know how he's made it round there on the last corner. Because it looked like both of them were just going to run each other off the circuit at any opportunity. But Personi had a lot of manners in that final corner.
Wow.
He took the apex and everything.
One of them wouldn't have got a slowdown for that grass. No, I think they only had 2 tyres on the grass. That was brilliant battle, though. Hopefully we can maybe sneak a replay in of just those final corner battles.
And Dimbolo was only 1 second behind them in the end. He wasn't too
Licking
far.
his lips.
Yeah, he's like, I could get a podium. Yeah, just up 7 places in the B final, 8 places in the A final in the end. Dimbolo 15 places gained. Pretty much from the back to almost the front. There is the results. Hammer ahead of Lazarus, Shire, Personi, Dimbolo, Meinborg, Lane. Borson was top of the AMS ahead of his teammate Kirsten. Pedersen managed to recover to 10th. There's Distraz. Something happened to Berm on that last lap. He really lost a lot of time because I saw him be passed by Pedersen, but Distraz must have gone at the last corner as well. Then it was Swan, Veselek, and Bremer, who unfortunately had to tow back to the pits and did not finish the race in P15.
What a way to finish.
What a way to finish. We will go to a quick advert, but we'll be back in just a moment, looking back at that final lap and looking and having a chat with a few of our drivers. Welcome back to the Apex Racing TV esports studio. We've just seen a fantastic final lap in the battle for P3, but in the end it was Philip Hammer who once again took the race victory. That's now 5 meeting victories out of 6. I think that's also 9 wins out of 10 as well in total. And whilst he's not the championship leader, he closes the gap to Corey Lazarus, who gave him a very honest challenge every step of the way in that final. We might be able to see, might go to interviews, I think, next. I'm sure we're going to see that final lap as well, between a few of our drivers. But yeah, I think we can see that final lap of that race, and here it was. It was going on even before this as well, down at Forest Elbow as well. But Shy, a bit of an aggressive rejoin there. Maybe even lifted out of it. And then ever so well manned in this final corner.
Yeah, what a battle. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not. I know I've seen it back again. That the other car just looked a little slower on the straight. I don't know if he lifted. Maybe there was a
Personi, yeah.
It wouldn't have been a slowdown for that much grass, would it? No.
Well, I'm surprised that Shea was that slow, because Personi was the one on the grass on the outside. I thought he would be a bit slower. But yeah, despite
what a battle.
Even a little bit of net code there, I'm not entirely sure, but I think he did just get a bit unselfed over the curb, and that was enough. Look at Shire there as well. Their knee lost it actually through the right-hander. So fantastic stuff between the two, and it was going on all race long.
It was.
And it's a very well-deserved podium for Shire, who has had a rough run of form recently. He would be delighted with that. Would you like to have a chat with the man?
I would. I was hoping you'd let me do that. Cheers. Shire, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. Hello.
Hello. I saw your reaction on the webcam. We had you open for when you crossed the line. You seemed quite pleased, quite elated.
Yeah, pretty much. That was
you were battling all race,
was,
right? How was it?
Oh, that was amazing. I had so much fun with Andrea. We had like a battle throughout the whole race, and like always almost at the same spot with not a Forest Elbow. I don't know the track.
The chase.
Yeah, the chase. Yes. I was battling throughout the whole race with Andrea, and he was super fast in this. I wasn't prepared at all for the combo. I took pretty much a whole week break, so it was a kind of a grid and go for me, and it showed up because I was so out of pace with some people, and it was. But yeah, great racing with him. We had our places being like switched back and forth every time, and like there was like one moment in turn 2 where I locked up at the entry of the corner, and so he managed to escape a bit. So I was like, okay, let's just wait for the last lap, because there's no way I can handle him. My tires won't hold up for this. So yeah, great racing. The finish was very tight, I would say, because like there was like the chase where I tried to give as much space as I could, and the thing is like at one point I was like pretty much out of the track, and so I had to rejoin for it, but it was it was kind of a that was a hot moment, because I was really afraid of not like push him wide or something, but at some point I needed to go back to the track, so it was very heated up moment. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, so yeah, enjoyed it.
It was tough racing. It was hard racing, but we absolutely loved it. It was we've watched it back a few times. It was a great move. You had a very strong race, and especially coming off the back of was it a wheel failure? Is that all behind you now, do you think?
Yeah. It's I know where the problem was coming from. It was coming from pretty much Windows doing shit with my peripherals, with my wheel and my USB stuff. So I had to I pretty much dismounted everything, remounted everything in the end, so to fix that. I hope I won't have this problem again. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer because it was on Road America where I had a good pace on this. So I was pretty much done after this, and in Sebring I was right behind like top 4 with Joseph, Nikolai, and Philip, and I pretty much got pushed wide to the left of the track, and I was like last with 30 seconds to catch. So
yeah,
I was done. But that's racing. It happens. The main objective for me now, because I know P1 and P2 will be, and like pretty much the whole podium will be locked up with Philip just straight up winning back-to-back every time, and Nikolai and Corey battling for it. My main objective now is to be up front and try to be able to fight with those guys, because like it's just so fun to be able to fight with this kind of people just being that fast, and I'm quite happy to see the progress I've been able to do thanks to this league and thanks to this season, and actually practicing a lot for it. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
Yeah, your progress is looking great, your pace is looking brilliant, so you should be really proud. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to Joseph and Ben for being able to do such a comeback after quali ban for Joseph, and after Ben having a problem in the first heat. This guy has such an amazing pace. Like he improved so much in the last weeks. That's very impressive from him. Also, a big shout out to Ilan, who has a leg problem at the moment. So he's pretty much driving with only one leg, and being able to be that fast coming from this, it's just super impressive to me. And it's a shame because this guy always has like some mishap and bad luck moments, and him being able to perform this way consistently, it's super impressive. I haven't watched what happened in turn 1 with him, because I think there was an incident with him. But yeah, it's amazing to see the level of those guys.
Yeah, indeed. And again, congratulations. You showed great pace, especially if you wasn't prepared. And yeah, thanks for chatting with us, mate, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you. See ya.
Shaya there. Yeah, very nice to chat to him. We saw him on camera, but we know him now.
We do. Well, we've had a chat with our P3 Pro man. Let's have a chat with our P1 AM man, because that was Edwin Forsland, who had a terrific result tonight. Edwin, congratulations. Just seemed to be absolutely on the pace tonight. I mean, P4 in your heats and then P8 in the A final. Were you expecting such a good result? Were you confident going into tonight?
I mean, Bathurst is one of my favorite tracks, so I had quite a lot of confidence going into this, but I also knew that Peterson, Ben Peterson, is a bloody alien in the AMs, so... and it was his home track, so I was just thinking, yeah, he's gonna perform pretty well, but yeah, no, I was quite happy with my pace. Very fun battle with Ben. It's just unfortunate that he outbraked himself a little bit, or maybe didn't expect me to brake where I did going downhill. Yeah, he says that I caused his car to get unstable, but I braked there because oh, am I still here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looked like my Discord crashed, sorry. No, but yeah, like I said, it's just an unfortunate thing to happen. I had rear damage, so my car was very unstable through there, so I made sure to take it easy. Not to crash in a downhill park, that never ends well. So, but yeah, no, overall I'm quite happy with my pace tonight, and I got the win that I think I should have gotten last week in Sebring if I didn't have that incident with, believe it was Parker, and the heat, and then also with, yeah, I can't remember his name, but so this is revenge for last week.
Definitely. And yeah, you know, last week, of course, you took that pole position as well in the AMS, didn't you? So yeah, certainly a good run of form. I was speculating earlier on, you had Nick behind you in that A final. Of course, Nick currently P4 in the championship. You both still have a chance at the AM title. You know, at what point in the season do you think, you know, you might start playing some team games between you guys at Sim Race Sweden? Because with the three of you constantly at the front of the AMP, you could have a bit of an advantage. That could be a real useful tactic to get one of you to the top of the standings, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that all depends on who we feel is the quicker guy from race to race, and also, of course, with the points when it starts closing down. But I don't think at the moment we're using any team orders. All that we've said really is that we don't want to, you know, end up crashing into each other and ruining something for the other guys. So, but yeah, no, we haven't talked about any, you know, team order stuff or whatever yet. So.
Well, it still seems to be going very well for you guys with a 1-2 tonight. Of course, we had that 1-2-3 as well in the B final last time out. So it really does seem like the team are in great form anyway. Well, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to, Edwin?
Yeah, I guess my dad, if he's watching. But yeah, no, otherwise I'd like to give a shout out to my manager and the team for allowing me to participate in this series this season. And yeah, just the confidence that they put in me is making me confident that I can improve and get faster. And if I don't get the championship this season, maybe I get it next season. So yeah, no, I just like to thank my team all around.
Awesome. Well, it's also always great to have the Sim Race Sweden guys involved, including yourself, Edwin. Thank you for coming and having a chat with us, and we'll see you in 7 days' time.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
In Forceland there. Maybe we've got time for... Well, anyway. Do you want to have a chat with next?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to talk to Joseph about those overtakes. I need to ask. Hello, Joseph. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Hello?
Hello.
I can hear you, sorry.
Congrats, obviously. Brilliant race to watch. I mean, I'm not even going to run statistics, but I'm pretty sure you got the most overtakes today. How did it go out there? Talk to me.
Well, it was just almost damage limitation. I mean, the quali ban obviously set me quite far back. It was going to be hard to get back to the front, but yeah, I tried to pick my way through, and I'm kind of happy with the sort of logical moves. Didn't really get involved in any instance, so yeah, overall I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, there was an instant race one, right? Because it put you back to the.
Sorry, yeah.
You did, yeah. What happened? I'm trying to remember.
It was at the chase, wasn't it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mad Laritzen went across the grass and slammed into the side of you.
Yeah.
Blindsided you completely because you were possibly looking. Well, I think you'd have got into the top 6 that race. I think you was already 7th at that point. But obviously, the benefit of you not making it through was us getting to see you run the B final from the back, and that. I mean, you must be chuffed, right? You went on to win that race, I think. Yeah,
managed to get the win there. I'm quite happy to at least say I've got a win under my belt. But yeah, it was a pretty nice drive, if I may say so myself. Yeah,
it was brilliant. Yeah, you were looking like an overtake every other corner at one point. I think there was a lap where you almost hit that statistic. It was yeah, especially turn 3. You cut on the inside every time. Executed really well. Yeah, making sure you got clear and got through safe. How was the pace? Obviously, you got near the front runners on the A final there. How was their pace up front? It looked like Lazarus and Co were pretty rapid. You know, Shea and what's the winner's name? Hammer. Them 3 looked rapid. How is their pace?
Yeah, for sure. They're very quick. I mean, I think maybe there was a chance at a podium, but it was always going to be tough. There was a lot of variables to try and control. I wasn't like plain sailing for sure. But yeah, I had a little bit of a check-up sort of thing on the T2 lap 1, and that just sort of lost a bit of momentum. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm there wasn't much more I could have really asked for.
Next week is Spa, I believe.
Yep.
Looking forward to that track.
Yeah, it's a great track, but I'm sitting my first GCSE on Friday, so it's going to be hard to get into practice for that. But yeah, we'll do what we can.
What's
Nice.
the GCSE and can we help? Is
Is
it on sim racing?
No, unfortunately not. It's some science.
You know science?
I do science and mathematics. Yeah,
Okay, well, yeah, if you
but I
need
can't
any
just
help,
give general science insight in a 1 minute summary.
well, yeah, I don't know. You need to know about alkalines and stuff.
No, that's chemistry. It's a bit too focused on one
No, okay,
subject.
yeah, can't do that.
Joseph, brilliant drive. Anyone like to give a shout out to?
Well, I mean, Gabriel hasn't been around this week, but I feel like again he's got me in this position, and I'm very grateful for his help. Thank you. Thank you to Gabriel.
Yep, nice chat with you, and we will speak to you next week when you come to talk to us after Spa. Cheers, mate.
And thank you very much to you guys too. Thank you.
Thanks. Joseph providing a lot of content there.
Yes, yeah. I still have nightmares about GCSEs. Even though I was quite nonplussed about it at the time, I just have constant dreams where I've got GCSEs in a month. The idea of revising is hellish.
I didn't revise.
That's the worst idea.
I did. Don't tell my parents, but I did none, zero zip. I didn't revise a thing.
We'll have a very quick interview with Nick Kirstens. Nick Kirstens joins us now. Nick, congratulations. Pretty good evening for yourself. P2 behind Edvin in the AMs. So a good points haul once again for Simrace Sweden.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic evening, even though I had a quali ban. Tried to make my way back into the A final in Heat 2, didn't work, then it was the B final. And I guess I got really lucky with a couple of spins and stuff. So it's a bit of luck and skill combined, but I tried to not overtake Edvin, so he had a win. And I was really happy about it. So, congrats to Edvin.
Absolutely, well, yeah, he absolutely deserved it. That B final in particular, it looked like a really, you say that you got smart, but it seemed like a very smart drive where you were in that lead pack from the start, and it looked like you were racing some of the drivers, but not racing others. I mean, yeah, talk us through like your tactics when it came to that race.
I just tried to drive as fast as I could, and I got lucky with the overtake on Anthony Bernard. It worked out in the end. Yeah, it could have spun me because he touched me on the back when we were out of the corner, but it worked out. And then I tried to catch up to Joseph, but he was just way too fast. So I just stayed in P2, tried to keep Ben behind me, and yeah, then I crossed the finish line.
And of course, in the championship, you're still in with a small chance at the Pro title. So I mean, the gap to Ben is, I think, about 60 points at this point. What's your mindset when it comes to the championship? You think you got a chance with 5 rounds to go?
Well, I mean, if he drops out for 2 races, then I may have still gotten a chance. But no, I'm trying to get that P2 at least, and if it all works out, and if it's possible, then I want to get that P1 as well, of course. But at least I want to get a podium finish in the eventual AM Championship.
Yeah, that's a very good aim. Get some of those Apex Racing Academy subscriptions. Would be a nice prize. Is there anyone you would like to give a shout out to, Nick?
To Edvin for an amazing drive tonight. I mean, his pace was incredible, and he did a good job on the quali. Then he didn't mess up in the races, and yeah, overall just a very nice teammate. So shout out to him.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Nick, and best of luck to you and your teammates at Spa.
Yep. Thank you. Bye bye.
Nick Kirstens there, finishing in P9 overall tonight.
Good
P2
drive, yeah.
in the AMS, very good performance. Yeah, we head to Spa next time out. Do you like that I mean, Spa's good in every car, right? But do
I've
you think Porsche
been
Cup's near the
doing
top?
Spa all week, LMP2 IMSA all week, lots of it. In a Porsche Cup, yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's got everything, right? I'm tempted to do it. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it because it's Laguna Seca IMSA. I just think participation.
I've never been a fan of Laguna.
Or there's Bathurst in 100% rain in GT3s.
Yeah.
So, Peak Up Spa sounds quite nice. We'll see. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be a fantastic race. I think there will be a big separation from the pros to the AMs, though. There's a lot of corners. It's very technical. People have a lot of drive time experience here, but I think we're going to see that pro-am separation a bit more.
Sure. Yeah, we'll see what happens next time at Spa. Of course, both championships still very much alive. Philip Hammer closing the gap tonight to Corey Lazarus. Of course, we are going to be going live with the late Apex in about 20 minutes time, so do keep an eye on the channel and you can tune in for that. We're talking about the ESL R1 announcement. It's going back for 2024. We're discussing new games coming, which have been announced in the past week, as well as new additions of games, as well. Lots of releases going on at the moment, so keep up to date with all the sim racing news on the late Apex. That will be in about 20 minutes time. But for now, from myself and Sam Fitzpatrick and from David Sampson, we will say goodbye and we'll see you back next time from the Apex Racing TV esports studio at Spa. See you then. Ciao.